prepare for the massive decline in connection to spirit, to self, and to energy. So since before Christmas, Spirit's really been pushing this kind of forced dark night of the soul. It's been heavy at times, it's been lightening up. It's been heavy at times, it's been lightening up. So in my membership today, when I went live, or when I recorded a video to put in Telegram, we can only do 2 minutes live. So what Spirit was really bringing forward is now, the next few weeks until this eclipse that comes up on the 8th, it's almost like do or die time. How Spirit is really showing it to me is, have you ever driven a stick shift car? You know, when you got to go from 5th gear down to 1st gear for whatever reason, you have to downshift quickly. You have to downgrade your ability to propel your vehicle forward. So this next few weeks, if you haven't hit it yet, it's going to hit you hard and heavy shortly here. So if you're a light worker, healer, intuitive, starseed, whatever it is you call yourself, if you're in the spiritual realm, or even just normal humans who don't do the woo-woo stuff, but maybe you understand energy, maybe you do Reiki, whatever it is, I want you to just be prepared and to understand that there is going to be a massive, massive decline in your mood, your ability to connect to yourself, to spirit. You're going to want to throw in the towel. As an entrepreneur, as a spiritual entrepreneur, if you don't want to throw in the towel a couple of times a day, 10 times a week, then are you really an entrepreneur? I think even the uber successful people probably have times and moments that, I can't even say it like that, I'm uber successful. It's, your version of success, whatever it is. But there are times in our life and our business that we want to give in, to give up, to, just to be done. But what is really coming forward with this massive downgrade right now is it is going to hit you hard and heavy Friday, Saturday this week, is what Spirit is saying. So literally, as I was kind of talking to the amazing people in my membership, Intuition Unleashed, today, they were showing like a double blanket, and this forced dark night of the soul has been looming since like before Christmas time. I'll say at least November. So there's been these waning times of really low energy, really low mood, really low self-worth, self-esteem, hard to connect to your gifts and abilities, hard to really recognize and understand your power and what you do and how you help people, and if you felt really passionate and powerful, and now all of a sudden you're like, fuck it all. They're saying that this double blanket right now, so this forced dark night of the soul and this kind of added layer on top of Intel, it's literally the eclipse day before, day of for sure, maybe day after, is going to lift. But when it lifts, it is going to be like, they're showing like going from zero, when you're just engaging in 1st gear to 5th gear, when you have to haul your ass for whatever reason, they are very much showing the gear shifting, because what they're saying, it is going to be a rapid fucking acceleration. And if you are not prepared and ready, then you are going to get left in the wind. So how do you prepare yourself? How do you get ready? So the next few weeks until the 8th, so not quite 4 weeks, you're going to have a massive downgrade. You are going to have a hard time connecting to spirit for yourself, not for your clients. You're going to have a hard time understanding your purpose, feeling connected to who you are, you're going to have a very hard time in all ways, shapes, and forms. But it is not as a punishment. It is a preparation. So what can you leave behind right now? What can you stop? What can you shift? What can you release and let go of? What are you holding on to as a protection method? What are you holding on to preserve yourself? Like, where are you at in that space of, self-preservation and all of those elements and realms? Where are you at in that space? Are you still holding on to some things out of safety, out of security, wherever you're at with it? This is the time for you to release it and let it go. So if there's stuff in your business, you're like, I just do it because I feel like I should. It's time to release it and let it go. And if you're having this kind of identity crisis. Like, I don't know what I should be doing. Where's my power? Where's my purpose? I have this group, I have this membership, I have these programs, and I don't feel connected. So why don't you feel connected? Is it what you're really supposed to be doing? Are you supposed to shift them? Are you supposed to have different people in them? Like, this is the time and the opportunity for you to really dig into that shit. And that shit is hard and heavy. Like, how do you let go of stuff that's working? How do you, transform and shift out of stuff when you've spent so long building it? Doesn't always necessarily mean you need to be done with what you're doing, but, maybe it's time to shift it, to integrate it, to have different people be in it, As your gifts and abilities are growing and enhancing, then what you're offering and what you're doing, your alignment shifts as well. So you got to remember that as your gifts and abilities grow, the people that you want to work with are going to shift as well. Like, for me now, I know it's the driven intuitives, the driven healers. Those are the people that, I want in Akashic Mastery, the driven people who are ready for massive growth in their intuitive connection to spirit. They want the multidimensionality. They want the openness, so I know that those are the people that going forward that are going to be in my containers, that are going to be in my membership, just like the beautiful souls that are in my membership now. The ones that are growing, they're expanding. They want to be open. They want to have more in their spiritual business, in their life. They're ready for the openness, the multidimensional experience. So, that I have 3, depending on the kind of package that people pick in my private mentoring, 3 to 5 spots I have open for 2024, because my mentoring, it is 6 to 12 months. So I only take a few people a year in my private mentoring. And even in soul alchemy sessions, so there's this big reflection time right now. So what I want you to do is, if you're a healer, a light worker, whatever it is that you call yourself, you need to be prepared for the massive downgrade. So your self-worth, your anxiety, your depression, your panic, all of that shit is going to come back hitting to the surface real fucking hard and heavy. If it hasn't been in the last few months, it's going to fucking hit you hard and heavy. This is a time for you to purge, release, and let go. So what are you holding on to that doesn't serve you? What are you continuing to do that you don't fucking like? What are you forcing yourself to, to keep showing up and doing, even though you don't like it? Do you keep going to events? Do you keep offering services and solutions that you're not fucking in alignment with because you feel like that's what you should be doing? It's time to release and let go of that shit. It's really time to, hey, beautiful souls, it's really time for you to allow yourself to grow. Stop holding yourself back, and if you're having a hard time growing, and if you're having a hard time, how much are you holding yourself back? What do we need to do in your past lives to clear, heal, and release? So until the eclipse on the 8th, there is going to be a massive fucking downshift. So in this time, Spirit says you need to rest. You need to process what's coming up. You need to allow yourself to release and let go what does not serve you. I don't even offer Reiki sessions anymore. I am a Reiki master teacher. I can teach Reiki, and I've considered offering virtual classes, not live, but recorded. But I do not do Reiki sessions, like light language, more starseed stuff, a lot of past life work, multidimensionality, galactic beings. Like, those are things and beings that I work with, and that is how I work. I do not use Reiki. And it was a hard thing for me to allow myself to let go of Reiki, because I learned it. I put energy into it and time into it, and I developed it, but it does not align with how I help people now. That does not to say that it doesn't come into play every once in a while, especially if somebody is more reserved. If somebody just books a private session with me, sometimes people just want the healing, and sometimes I need to do traditional Reiki, but I do not offer it as a service anymore. Hey, beautiful souls. So I want you to really think about this. In the next few weeks, your gifts and abilities, your connection to yourself, to spirit, to energy is going to tank. You're going to go from fifth gear all the way down to 0. And you're going to be like, what the actual fuck is happening? So I want you to be prepared. At the end, if you take this time to integrate, to process, to understand, to release and let go, dig into your self-worth. What's really holding you back? Maybe there's some past lives we need to clear. There is some things, some triggers, some things that are holding you into the space that are really holding you back and hindering you. So I want you to dig into it, and I want you to be prepared for what comes forward. It's not going to be pleasant. It's not going to be pretty, because most likely there's going to be a lot of scenarios where you're holding yourself back. You are not putting your true self out into the world. What you do, how you help people, you know, the programs and stuff that you're offering people are probably like a fraction of the power that you actually have and you can be doing for people. And if you take this time to process, integrate, rest, the intel, this solar eclipse, how spirit shows it to me, it's almost like Back to the Future when the car takes off. You're going to accelerate from zero gear, you know, from just engaging into first gear to fifth gear rapidly. You're going to ascend rapidly if you do the work in this time. If you let go, if you release, if you make room and energy and space to have a greater, stronger, more intense connection to what you're supposed to be doing, how you're supposed to be helping people. And yeah, decluttering is a big thing too. And it's not just cleaning off your desk and moving that pile from one place to another, hiding it. It's really about getting rid of shit you don't need. The angels hate fucking clutter. The angels love it when our space is clean and clear. You know, it's my fucking house. I can do whatever I want, but I always definitely feel better. So I usually tackle one space at a time. I've been working on my office, and I've kind of done some stuff upstairs. There's a couple of things upstairs that I need to go through and really just get rid of everything. But decluttering is big. I went through my closet. I went through my drawers, clothes, you know, so, you know, you just shove shit into your drawers. You never fucking wear it. Just get fucking rid of it. It's the same thing with our emotional shit. It's the same thing with our trauma. Like, what are you holding on to? What are you trying to preserve? You know, like I said earlier with success, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm not successful. That is not the case. I am very successful. I just have not monetarily made the money that I think is going to make me successful, but I'm successful in life, you know, as a wife, as a mother. I don't know about that one. I mean, they're decently healthy and happy, but they're teenagers. So there's that fine line in the momhood space where you're not really sure if you're successful or not yet, but you know, I love them. They have a safe place to be. I might get a little yelly, but you know, that's part of being a mom. And, you know, but the fact is that I am successful. I'm a very powerful spiritual leader. How I mentor people, even you just come to me for a session. If you're in my Intuition Unleashed membership, if you're my Accelerated Intuitive program, if you're my Akashic Mastery, my Past Life Akashic Mastery program, whatever program or whatever it is you are in with me, you know, it is a very powerful space. And I diminish that. And it's something that I am working on. How do I talk about the power of what I actually do? Because it is fucking super powerful, you know, and I know for me in this period, it is going to be something because like everything has really come to a halt. So you might feel this coming to a halt in your life. Everything that you were doing and felt decent, it's going to come to a screeching halt. Like this is going to give you time to really reflect on, is this really what I want to be doing? Is this my full power? Is this really, you know, what I want to be doing? So my Akashic Mastery, my past life program started last week, and I was hoping to, you know, get 10 individuals in, and it didn't happen. And I'm like, okay, so what is it? Am I not supposed to be doing it? Like I don't understand what's going on, you know, and because it's not really a reflection on me. You know, am I not talking about it properly? Is it not powerful enough? But I know how Spirit was bringing it to me today. These next few weeks is a powerful fucking time to release, let go. So I'm going to do a lot more past life work. And I still do past life work on myself, even though I teach it. Like there is still things with past lives that come up that I need to clear, heal, release, remove, and activate and bring forward. So, you know, so even though the Akashic Master, the past life program started last week, you know, the people that are in there are going to be served, you know, in an amazing way. And they're going to make massive shifts and massive changes in their life. But there's something that I need to either add to that program, shift, whatever it is. And over the next few weeks, that is going to come to me because I'm going to allow myself to clear, heal, release. I know I've been getting rid of a lot of things, just like Vanessa was saying, the decluttering. I've been getting rid of a lot of things. And there's also a lot of things happening in my personal life. There's been a lot of death. There's been a lot of, you know, not that death is the best way to, you know, to start over, but Spirit's really just showing, literally getting rid of. So at my past position, I have things with logos on it, and they're like, all of it, get rid of it, remove it. So, you know, I need to go through and clear anything that I've come across inside the house. I've been getting rid of. But you know, I know there's things in my garage I need to get rid of. It's like really, really pushing this shift and fresh start. So allow yourself to phoenix and burn down. You might feel like you're having a total fucking mental breakdown. Your gifts and abilities, you're like, I've spent years developing my abilities and spirit's just ghosting me and blah, blah, blah. They're not ghosting you. Your spirit team, your spirit guides are always with you. Oops, my ear's just ringing weirdly. Your guides, your spirit team is always with you. Even if you feel like they are ghosting you, they never leave your space. During this time, it's going to be very hard to connect to them. It's going to be very hard to get answers and guidance for your personal self. For your clients, you're going to be fine. There's never a hindrance, but for yourself, they really want you to reflect. They really want you to go within. They want you to understand, to rely on yourself, to make decisions, to feel it in your soul, in your womb space. So in my membership we just had a call Monday. So 2 weeks ago, I did it was a womb healing, clearing, expansion, and then infusion. So, what I have them do every morning is tap their womb space 3 times, because it's almost like the light bright or the tap light, tapping your womb space on, because your womb space is not just about your period and having babies. Your womb space really is this really powerful center space, and I have never treated it as such. So that is something new for me that I'm doing as well. But, reminding them every day after they clear, set their intentions and boundaries and protection, while they're doing their intentions and boundaries, to tap their womb space, to ignite it, to turn it on for the day. So these big, powerful, and clearing. So anybody's listening. Yes. So right now, what's really, really going to happen, oil packs. No, I don't. I have a castor oil, but so if you guys are feeling this downgrade, just know that the eclipse day, so they're saying the day before, the day of the eclipse, which is April 8th. And the only reason I know that is because the gas station is selling the glasses. And, but what Spirit was saying today is that eclipse, it's going to be a make or break day. If you do not spend the next few weeks in this massive reflection, healing, processing, releasing. Tracy's in the Akashic Mastery program, the Past Life Akashic Mastery program right now. So, if you spend the next few weeks, you've probably spent the last few months in this little bit of overhang place of what the fuck is really going on. Like I don't feel connected. It's hard to connect to spirit. I don't feel motivated. I feel sad. My depression, my anxiety, my panic is really coming back. I like to say old Aaron comes back, but the reality is old Aaron is going to fucking hit hard and heavy in the next few weeks. So the old version of you is also going to come back and hit hard and heavy in the next few weeks. So you're going to have this massive downgrade the next few weeks. If you've been feeling it, you're going to really fucking feel it. So, it's almost like hitting the emergency brake while you're driving. They're very much pushing the gear shifting. So it's like pulling the emergency brake. Like you are going to come to a dead stop. You are going to be a fucking mess. You're going to be emotional. You're going to be feeling unstable. You're going to feel like the old version of you. The old version of me was very pessimistic, very angry, very unhappy. But I want you to take it and know and understand this is a time of processing and reflection. This is not a time of punishment. So do not go into this time and wallow and give up. You need to go into this time and be like, okay, what the fuck do I need to be doing? What do I want to be doing? What type of sessions do I want to have? What type of program? What type of membership? How do I really want to serve? What fucking lights me up? So in my Intuition Unleashed membership, the branding package that is in there, the first questions that I have people ask is, why do you do what you do? And why do you do what you do is this feeling. After you have this client session, this meeting, this whatever it is that you do, and that client gets that look on their eyes, the healing, the clearing. Like I fucking love when I'm in a soul alchemy session. And just like last week, the person, I've been working with this person for months, and she's just had so much resistance. And all of a sudden, boom, like she felt the angels. She felt the energy. It's like, fucking finally. But that is what I love. I love it when people really start feeling spirit, that connection, the power that spirit has, and that how much they bring to them and how much they help them grow and enhance their gifts and abilities. I want you to connect to the power of this is why I do what I do. I want you to think back to those clients, those meetings, those sessions of afterwards. Maybe it's after a couple of months, they're like, oh my God, remember you said this was going to happen and after this healing, and like act with the power of what you are and what you do and what you bring to people. So, and really reflect on that over the next few weeks. So just know that the eclipse is going to be fucking do or die. It's really going to be a time of leaving you behind or pushing forward. So I want you to take the next couple of weeks, process, integrate, heal, clear, whatever you need to do. Just do not fucking give up. Do not use this time to be like, okay, I'm done. And yeah, you might feel like you can't wear crystals, you can't wear jewelry. You might just feel this really weird shift in the foods that you want to eat. Maybe you're going to go, like, I went to the gas station today and I got like Reese's peanut butter cups, a cookie. That it's not really like me, but I'm feeling this, and my period is over. So massive, like, sugar, so you might feel really weird food cravings. You might feel really weird shift in what you want to eat. Like, there's going to be some weird shit happening. And do you give in to all of it? It's up to you. But if you're having these different shifts and cravings and, like, crystals that are all around you and you're like, oh, I don't want anything to do with them, put them away for now. It doesn't mean that they're going to go away forever, but allow yourself to operate in what you need and what you connect to. Do not give up. Do not give up. Please don't give up. I get it. My life behind the scenes right now is challenging at best. And there's, it's a struggle. And in Spirit's like, they just told me the other day, they're like, pull your bootstraps up. I'm like, I pull my fucking bootstraps up every day. I'm done with it. And I said, it's time for you to start ponying up. And, so they brought me this today. So it makes more sense, and it gives me a little bit more. So if you are coming across this, whenever you're coming across it, hopefully you come across it before the eclipse, but just know that the downgrade you're going to have in the next few weeks is going to be fucking massive. You are going to want to throw in the towel. So it's almost like how I'm hearing it from Spirit is they're just weeding those out. The ones that are not ready to persevere, push forward, to keep and put their genius into the world are going to drop off. They're going to be done. And it's just going to push and propel everybody that is allowing to go forward. So if you guys have questions on that, yeah, donuts for sure. And I generally don't eat gluten, but I have been lately. It's not agreeing with me. I mean, I haven't had gluten since 2012. So it's definitely a weird shift. So, if you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. If you're curious, the tired, 100%. So I want you guys to really lean in. If you feel tired, rest. Do not fucking push yourself. Yes, you're a mom, you're a business owner, you're all the things, but the reality is, if we don't learn to create some type of balance and connection to ourselves, giving ourselves grace, giving ourselves time, if we are continually punishing ourselves for not doing, I have a business and I have this, and yes, but the reality is, if you don't learn to connect to yourself, which is still something that's hard for me, and I've been on my true healing journey for years, but this year, Spirit's like, you really need to focus on the health aspect for yourself. So past life, healing, clearing, understanding some of my health, my ailments, my pains and things like that. But they're really, really pushing the taking care of self. So I've been on the mental, physical, and emotional healing journey for 6 years, but now I really need to dig into the other side. But the next few weeks for sure, I mean, because it's the 13th today. So, 3.25 weeks, it is going to be a massive downgrade. You're going to feel like giving up. Don't give up. And so one thing that you can do is just ask. I like to ask the angels. I usually just put it out to Spirit in general, but I like to ask the angels because they just have a really good loving energy. But just say, okay, I know that we're in a space right now, but please take this overwhelm, this fear, this doubt from me and replace it with love, connection, protection, safety, security, hope, whatever it is that you're needing. Ask Spirit to take and remove from your mind, your body, your soul, your energetic space, and ask them to replace it with connection, love, even just support, so that you don't give up, or knowing what you're supposed to do that day, whatever it is. And just keep asking. You're not going to have your way, shape, or form, but you're going to feel very much alone in this space. Know that your guides are there, but it's going to be very hard for you to get information from your guides. So this is going to be a very much solo reflective time. So You need to dig into what you want, what feels good to you. How do you want to be serving people? So after this, you might completely change and transform how you serve people. Maybe you're not going to offer sessions anymore. Maybe you're going to have just a membership. Maybe you're going to just do programs, whatever the fuck it is. Maybe you're just going to start your spiritual business, whatever it is, and I want you to just be prepared because it is going to be like a fucking Mack truck. So like when I did Reiki, so I'm a Reiki master teacher. So every one of the cleanses, when I did my shamanic rites, when I went through DNA activations, when I started my Akashic work, I have all of these massive downgrades to upgrade. And it was a really hard time because I'd never processed emotions before. But, even years later now that I've done that, these dark night of the soul periods, usually they're personal. Lately, it's been kind of like a forced everybody. It is kind of almost reminds me of the Rona time, where it was a really big forced time for people to make massive changes in their life. This time, since before Christmas, maybe November-ish, it's been more for spiritual people, spiritual seekers, spiritual leaders, to really downgrade to upgrade. But now it's like downgrade to, because you're going to rapidly ascend and shift. They're literally saying on eclipse day, April 8th, day before, day of, for sure, day after, you're going to have like massive transformation and shift. So if you have questions on that, please don't hesitate. Oh yeah, Vanessa, for sure. You definitely want to clear if you feel, so one of my intentions every day when I clear and protect my energy is to intentionally protect myself against curses, cords, bindings from this and past lives, from humans, from spirit, from people intentionally and unintentionally on the internet. So if somebody reads a comment of mine and they're like, that bitch doesn't know what she's talking about, like that negative thought or connotation to me can leave a negative effect on me. So if you feel like somebody's intentionally cursing you, using black magic, using spells, especially people who don't know what they're fucking doing, which is a lot of people, spells, curses, bindings, ties, things like that. If they don't know what they're doing, if they're just going to Pinterest and reading some spells, some whatever, and they're trying to intentionally put it on somebody, they can really fuck somebody up because they don't know what they're doing. I'm not a fan of witchcraft, of spells, of anything like that anyways. Black magic is something I come across a lot. Hoodoo, voodoo, dark magic stuff. But it comes from past lives as well. So you might have a connection with somebody with a past life connection where they cursed you, bound you, and that's why when I teach in my past life Akashic Mastery program, I teach people to clear those things. So just be very cautious, because somebody intentionally or unintentionally can put a curse on you, can put a binding, a tie, a negative connotation onto you just through ill will and intent. So in my personal, I clear myself every day. I set my intentions and boundaries. In my intention and boundaries, a specific protection that I ask my guides and myself to warn me and protect me. So if somebody is intentionally trying to get into my space, spirit warns me and they tell me, hey, so-and-so is intentionally trying to harm you, put something on you, slow your clients, whatever it is, then, I take action and do some clearing and binding stuff. But if it's unintentional, like, why does she have this? Why does she get to do this? Why does she, like, those negative thoughts and connotations towards you can affect you. So I want you to take that very seriously. The first thing that I teach people when I work with them in private mentoring, my Intuition Unleashed membership, if you're developing and enhancing your abilities, your spiritual business, the only membership out there for spiritual leaders that, create and enhance your spiritual business, social media, business development, things like that, but also intuitive development. The first thing that I teach is intentions, clearing intentions, boundaries, and protection every day and multiple times a day if you need it. And also in Akashic Mastery, in my past life program, any person that works with me, that is the first thing we address. If you do a private session with me, that is the first thing that we address. How's your protection, clearing, intention, and boundaries? And they're like, I do it. I'm like, no, it is the number one thing that you should be doing. The number one thing. That is the only thing that is going to change and transform your life, your intuitive abilities, your anxiety, your panic, your depression, all of the things. So, yes, absolutely. Just block those people. Anybody that comes into your space my aunt, my auntie, anybody that comes into your energetic space that is fucking with you, that is trying to hold you back, just block them. They're not worth it. Even if it is, Vanessa, a family member, they're not worth your time or energy. If anybody has ill intention towards you, if they're jealous of you, that is their fucking problem, not yours. So block them. It doesn't matter who it is. If it's your sister, your bestie, like if they don't have your best intentions, if they don't want you to succeed no matter what, they do not have a space in your life. Like, it doesn't matter how long you've known them. It's that means that you are putting other people's, what other people want for you ahead of yourself. And when you start really your self journey, your healing journey, you have to put yourself first, above your kids, above your pets, above your spouse. You have to be the number one. So if you're allowing other people in your energetic space, even if it's family members, friends, spouses, partners, children, whatever it is, and if they're fucking with your energy and your space and your mental space, then it is no good. So, just keep that in mind. So you are in control of your energetic space. So you guys let me know if you have questions, if you're wondering, if you're curious about this. Just know that use this time wisely. It's going to feel like, a super solo journey. And if you're used to a solo journey and you don't like it, and you've really, you've connected with spirit and trusted spirit for so long, then I want you to know that it is not going to get better until April 8th. And it is going to be a drop-off period. So if you do not do this work in the next few weeks of this fucking heavy shit, if you're somebody that succumbs, that's just what happens. But this is not a time for you to hit this heavy period and succumb. This is a time for you to hit the heavy period, fucking work through it once again. And they're saying this is the bottom of bottoms. So, how many rock bottoms do you have to have? So my rock bottom of rock bottoms was 6 years ago. I was tired of bottoming out. I was tired of hating my life. And I finally made massive changes and shifts. And I found Reiki in my intuitive journey and connection to spirit and past life work and, DNA activations and shamanism. All of that stuff is what helped me to really process and heal and clear trauma and stuff. So, this is another rock bottom of rock bottom times. It's really a survival of the fittest time. So if you are in this time, in the next 3.25 weeks, if you succumb and give in, that's a bummer, because you can really be using this time to grow and shift. Your connection to spirit is going to be shit. If at all you get any information from spirit, I would be surprised. You will be able to do your work for your clients just fine. It's going to be the connection to yourself, because you need to really reflect on yourself, understand, process, make decisions for yourself, make decisions based on what you want, where you want to be, where you want to go, and no reservation and no holding yourself back. So if you have questions on that, let me know. Soul alchemy sessions are my private intuitive healing clearing past life, this life session. So if you just want, help just once in a while, that session is beautiful. If you're in the earlier developing stages, the membership is a perfect place. If you're starting your spiritual business, you need help with social media, understanding business, doing all of those things, and developing and enhancing your connection to spirit, meeting your guides, energy protection and clearing. All those are powerful things that happen inside Intuition Unleashed. It is my membership and my private mentoring. Like I said, I have 3 to 5 spots open, depending on what people choose. Depending on which, I have 2 different versions to work with me in private mentoring. So 2 calls a month and then access to me every day, or 4 calls a month and then access to me every day. So if I have 3 people that do a call every week, then I only have 3 spots open for 2024. But I only open up 5 spots for the whole year, because it is a 6 to 12 month mentoring. So otherwise, the past life Akashic Mastery that just started last week. So if you want to work in your past lives, heal through your past lives, clear your past lives, bring forward the good stuff. So Akashic Mastery 1 started last week, and you can still jump in if you want on that. Yes, reflection is huge. So take this time for sure and reflect. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Just don't give up. But if you guys have questions, here for you. If you are coming across this video, you're coming across it for a reason. So Spirit just brought me this today, and I know this is a little bit, I try to keep them under 10 minutes because I got to download them and put them other places. But we have way more than 8 past lives. We have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of past lives. But the reality is not every past life affects us or holds us back today, but there are a lot of lifetimes that do hold us back today. So there are a lot of lifetimes with witch wounds, with money wounds, with relationship wounds, with, witch wounds are all encompassing. So money, being a healer, holding yourself back, being punished and persecuted. Witch wounds are not just being burned at the stake. Witch wounds are very all encompassing. I talk about it a lot. Witch wounds are very much, you're a healer, you're an intuitive, you're a medium, starseed, light worker, whatever you call yourself. And your ability to make money, your ability to charge more for your services, your ability to expand your abilities, your fear of being seen, putting yourself out there, going on social media. Like there's all of these little pieces and parts that really hold on through our past lives, through witch wounds, because we've been punished and persecuted. And most of the times in past lives, we've had to hide our gifts and abilities. We've had to pretend like we don't have the power that we have. But people come to us at night for healing. So a lot of times they would come to us on new moon, full moon. A lot of times they would come to us at night, and then during the day we wouldn't be acknowledged. So we would be the shunned people of the town, of the village, of whatever it was. But everybody came to us at night. So we were good enough at night to help, to heal, to clear, but nobody would give us the time of day. Nobody would speak to us during the day. Everybody knew who you were. And if they were associated with you, then, they were in trouble. But they would come to you at night. So you might have patterns of that in this lifetime. Everybody comes to you for everything that they want, but are they there for you in return? Do they pay you? Do they, there's a lot of expectation and whatnot. So yes, definitely. And there are a lot of lifetimes that hold us back. I don't know how many lifetimes I've cleared over the years, a fucking lot. And I've been doing this work for 6 years. So, and not all lifetimes come up in that moment. They come up as needed. So like I said, I've been doing this work for 6 years, and just 2 weeks ago, it was leap year night. A very pivotal lifetime came up for me. So it really affects my current life. And I'm still kind of working on it because I still need to clear some things from it, but I've been working on understanding all of the aspects and elements from that past life and how some of those patterns and themes are fucking with me today. So, yes, absolutely, Vanessa, I get that, and it's a hard thing, and it's a big past life witch wound, because you're always there, you're always there to help others, and then when you go to charge for that service, or, they don't offer to pay, or you're just like, okay, so now I'm just open and available to help people for free. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of those things come from witch wounds and, creating boundaries and intentions and things like that. So, hey, beautiful Shiloh. She's in Past Life Akashic Mastery. She's in my Intuition Unleashed, the membership. But if you guys have questions on this, please don't hesitate to reach out. I hope everybody has a great Wednesday, and the next 3.25 weeks are going to be a motherfucker. So do not let the downshift really take you down. Allow this integration time to be a really deep, reflective, healing, clearing, massive growth, and prepare yourself for the massive, like Back to the Future, when the car takes off, shift, because you're going to go from, when you're just starting to engage into first gear to fifth gear rapidly, like literally on the solar eclipse day, April 8th, you are fucking going to have a massive ascension shift. It's going to be such an ascension shift. You're going to have a hard time integrating back into your body. It'll even out over the few weeks after that, but it is going to rapidly shift and change. So everything that you do and who you are is going to rapidly change as well. So I hope you have a great fucking Wednesday. You have questions about this, don't hesitate to reach out. If you're curious about anything that I do, also don't hesitate to reach out. You can comment below. You're welcome to DM me. Whatever it is, I hope you have a great fucking Wednesday, everybody.